Once upon a time, in a faraway village nestled between rolling hills and sparkling streams, there lived a young girl named Maya. Now Maya was known throughout the village for her adventurous spirit and unwavering determination. She had a heart full of curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. One day, while exploring the lush green meadows near her village, Maya stumbled upon an ancient, weathered book lying on a moss-covered stone. As she opened its yellowed pages, mystical symbols and words danced before her eyes. Intrigued, she brought the book back to the village elder, a wise woman named Amara who resided in a cottage adorned with climbing vines. Amara examined the book and revealed it was no ordinary tale. It was a guide to the legendary Mountains of Dream, a place spoken of only in myths and legends. These mountains were said to be home to extraordinary powers that could grant wishes and fulfill dreams. But the path to the Mountains of Dream was fraught with peril, filled with treacherous terrains and daunting challenges designed to test one's resolve and prove their worthiness. Undeterred by the daunting journey, Maya's desire to explore the mystical Mountains of Dream burned brightly within her. Her heart pounded with anticipation as she set out on her adventure, determined to discover the secrets held within the mountains and perhaps uncover some of her own hidden potential along the way. As she ventured forth from the familiar streets of her village into the uncharted wilderness, each step took her deeper into a realm where imagination knew no bounds. The initial part of her journey was relatively uneventful, mostly consisting of walking through sun-dappled forests and across babbling brooks. But as the days turned into weeks, the terrain grew more treacherous. She encountered thick, gloomy woods where gnarled trees seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers trying to snag her, close, and drag her down into the suffocating darkness. She braved misty swamps where the ground beneath her feet threatened to collapse into murky waters and perilous cliffs where a misstep could send her plummeting to the rocks below. Throughout these trials, Maya's spirit remained unbroken. Never fear threatened to consume her. She remembered the wise words of the village elder. The greatest obstacle is not the journey itself, but the doubts that arise within our own minds. One evening, as the sky blazed with the hues of sunset, Maya found herself standing at the edge of a vast chasm. The path ahead was gone, swallowed by a dizzying drop that seemed to stretch into the very heart of the earth. Just when despair began to creep into her thoughts, a faint glimmer caught her eye. High above, suspended in the deepening twilight, was a rope cart anchored to a sturdy-looking tree branch that jutted out over the chasm. Hope surged through Maya. With newfound determination, she secured the rope cart and began her ascent. As she pulled herself up, one hand at a time, she noticed an inscription carved into the tree. Your deepest fears are often your greatest weakness. Conquer them, and you shall prevail. Maya pondered these cryptic words, realizing that they held the key to unlocking the secrets of the Mountains of Dream. She understood that her journey was not merely a physical one, but also a mental and emotional challenge, a test of her own beliefs and self-perceptions. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she reached the top of the cliff, her heart pounding in her chest. Before her lay a sight that left her in awe. Stretching as far as the eye could see were majestic snow-capped mountains that seemed to pierce the very heavens. At their base flowed a crystal-clear river, its waters sparkling like 1,000 diamonds in the sunlight. In the distance, Maya could even hear the faint strains of enchanting music, beckoning her closer. Overjoyed to have reached her destination, Maya wasted no time in beginning her exploration. She marveled at the fantastical creatures that inhabited this realm, from tiny winged sprites to majestic unicorns that galloped through moonlit glades. Yet despite the enchanting beauty that surrounded her, Maya couldn't shake off a nagging feeling of unease. There was something about this place that felt subtly wrong, as if it were shrouded in a veil of mystery and secrecy. Determined to unravel the enigma of the Mountains of Dream, Maya pressed on. She discovered an ancient temple nestled amidst a grove of whispering trees. Intricate carvings adorned its weathered walls, depicting scenes of mythical battles and forgotten rituals. Inside the temple, she found a solitary figure sitting in deep meditation. His eyes, though closed, seemed to hold an otherworldly wisdom. Startled, Maya approached cautiously, her footsteps echoing in the hushed silence. As she drew nearer, the old man slowly opened his eyes, revealing pools of ancient knowledge. Sensing Maya's wonder, he spoke in a voice that resonated with the wisdom of ages past. This is the Mountains of Dream, a place where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blur. But beware, child, for every dream has its price, and every wish comes with a consequence. Maya, intrigued and slightly apprehensive, inquired about the true nature of this enigmatic place. The old man, recognizing the purity of her intentions, shared with her the legend of the Mountains of Dream. He explained that this realm existed on the border between the waking world and the ethereal plane of imagination. It was here where dreams were born and where reality was malleable, capable of being shaped by the deepest desires of the heart. However, the old man cautioned, the pursuit of one's dreams should not come at the cost of one's integrity or the well-being of others. For in this realm, as in life, balance was essential. He emphasized that true fulfillment could only be achieved by aligning one's dreams with one's values and responsibilities. Touched by his words, Maya realized that the Mountains of Dream were not just a place of fantasy, but a mirror reflecting the depths of her soul. It was here that she would confront not only external challenges, but also her own inner demons and self-doubts. With renewed clarity, Maya thanked the old man for his guidance and continued her exploration. Determined to uncover the hidden truths that awaited her, and perhaps find a way to restore balance to the Mountains of Dream, her journey led her to a crystalline lake nestled in a secluded valley. Its waters were so pure and still that they reflected the surrounding mountains with perfect clarity. As she gazed into the lake's depths, Maya saw not just her physical features staring back, but also glimpses of her thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. It was a profound moment of self-reflection, forcing her to confront her deepest insecurities and hidden strengths. In that instant, Maya understood that the Mountains of Dream were testing her, challenging her to acknowledge and accept all aspects of herself, the light and the shadow, the strengths and weaknesses. Only by embracing her true self, she realized, could she hope to restore balance to this magical realm. With newfound resolve, Maya stepped forward. She looked upon her reflection with acceptance and love. She vowed to honor her dreams, but also to remain grounded in her values and responsibilities. As she did, the cloudy skies above began to clear, revealing a radiant sun that bathed the mountains in a warm glow. The air, once heavy with uncertainty, now buzzed with the energy of hope and renewal. Maya's journey was far from over, but she knew that she had taken a significant step towards restoring balance to the Mountains of Dream, and in doing so had unlocked a deeper understanding of herself. She returned to the old man, now radiating a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. Together, they embarked on a series of quests, each designed to test and refine Maya's character. She faced her fears, embraced her vulnerabilities, and learned to harness the power of her own beliefs and perceptions. Finally, after overcoming numerous trials and tribulations, Maya stood before a magnificent crystal monolith. This, she realized, was the heart of the Mountains of Dream. As she touched the cool surface of the crystal, visions flooded her mind, showing her the interconnectedness of all things and the delicate balance that sustained life. With a deep sense of responsibility, Maya understood that the fate of the Mountains of Dream, and perhaps her own destiny, rested in her hands. In a final test of her resolve, she was presented with 3 paths, each leading to a different outcome. The first path promised untold power and glory, but at the cost of sacrificing the dreams of others. The second offered freedom and adventure, but meant giving up her connection to the waking world. The third path, the hardest of all, was the path of balance, where dreams were nurtured, but responsibilities were also embraced. Without hesitation, Maya chose the third path, the path of balance. As she stepped forward, the crystal monolith hummed with energy, bathing her in a brilliant light. When the light subsided, Maya found herself transformed, not in appearance, but in spirit. She carried within her the wisdom and strength she had gained throughout her journey, understanding that true power lay not in dominating others' dreams, but in harmonizing with them, embracing both the magic of imagination and the weight of real-world responsibilities. With a heart full of purpose and a spirit filled with the wonder of the Mountains of Dream, Maya returned to her village. The journey had changed her, making her more compassionate, self-aware, and resolute. The people of the village, sensing her transformation, rallied around her. Inspired by her tales of courage and self-discovery, together, they set about rebuilding their town, infusing it with the magic and wonder of the Mountains of Dream, while also acknowledging the importance of balance in their everyday lives. And so, Maya's adventure became a legend, a story whispered around campfires, reminding everyone who listened that the greatest journeys are often those that lead us back home, not just to a physical place, but to ourselves. And if you enjoyed this tale and want more such adventures, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.